It's fantasy Latin.
It's fantasy Latin, man. Just give me a break. I looked up one word individually and another word individually, and then I stuck them together like it was English or German or some language where you could do that.
Oh, the number of things that I've pronounced incorrectly in Legends campaign is probably staggering.
Oh.
Okay, some of those important NPCs that I rifled off, you might meet some of them. The masters.
Okay, I have to... Give me a minute.
Yep.
I'll be back, maybe. We'll see.
See about your dog.
Maybe we'll see about my dog.
Right. Wow.
All right, why don't you guys chat a little bit about your dudes?
I'm answering the questions.
That's what I mean.
Okay, so first question. I've still got a couple. I've still got, what, 3 or 4 to go? Alright. Why do you love gladiatorial contests? It is paradise. I use the enemy to strengthen my skill and my warriors. So
Nice.
yes, I love it. Why do you hate gladiatorial contests? Fuck those who don't understand the combat. They're all slats.
Oh, wow. All right. So, Conan.
Conan, do you love the Imperium? I got to kill enemies and have my women. Better than I've ever seen, but not as good as Five-Faced Valhalla.
All right. And blasphemous. Okay.
Yeah. Do you hate the Imperium? I fight when I like, I eat when I like, I fuck when I like. What is there to hate? So yeah, that's fine. Are you a religious sort? I eat Five-Face. I pray to Five-Face Crom.
Okay, there's no Crom. We're not ripping off name for name stuff from Hyboria.
What is your secret? Fuck the Five-Face God. There's only Crom.
Okay, so he praised the like let's roll with the original idea. So he praised the Five-Faced God, total out of lip service, but he worships his own warrior god, and maybe the warrior god is Cord, god of strength and or battle.
Sure.
What is
rename
the
it to
standard
Cord.
Greyhawk? Yeah, Cord's the good guy.
Crom doesn't exist.
What's your secret? Fuck the Five-Faced God. So I'm guessing your guy's chaotic and doesn't like the rigid rules.
Chaotic neutral.
Got it.
It's only Cord. What are your goals? To grow the most powerful army, to move them forward and crush your enemies in combat, to die as a legend. That's my goal. So that's why I'm training all these bastards. How did you become a stable master? I'm the best fighter there is. My skill is too good not to share with others.
That's awesome.
Contacts and families, I'm still getting to it. I'll give you a quick thing. Contacts and families. Where is it? Oh, give me a second. Props.
Look at how excited Ahmed is.
Props for days. Hold on.
It's infectious, Ahmed.
This is infectious. This is the best shit ever. Alright.
All right, I've got a gladiator mercenary. So we'll have to come up with a proper term for gladiator mercenaries, like people who are not slaves but actually use gladiatorial combats as ways to gain money. It's a helicopter?
No.
It's the chopper.
This is my uncle. We've been very close together. He's raised me since I was a child. And this is my sister. These are. I'm actually a martial artist. I actually made this myself.
That is an awesome concept. Like, your families know more, but you still have a weapon from each of your family members?
From each of... Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. These are locked in my room with... that's why it took me a while to get there. But no, my kids do not have access to any of that stuff.
Not yet.
It's hanging from the ceiling just in case they walk underneath it. Families, loves and fears. Love of combat and weapons. Fear is being too weak, falling sick, not being the best. Rivals, friends, depths, collectors. No, I don't have anything yet. I'll figure it out.
Put in there your rivals are the hilt, because you basically left the hilt. You came to the Imperial City on one of the hilt's pirate ships, but you didn't like pirating. Like, you didn't like that life. You wanted much more glory than you were getting, and once you saw the games, you were hooked.
Yep. Background. Yeah.
Should I reuse pitch? Remember the 5th edition session we had, Adam, where we were trying to figure out if we liked 5th ed or not, and I used this dude. Come on, man. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Which dude? Hey, oh God!
I think I'm going to use Pitch. Pitch is going to be your gladiatorial stable bard. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Commandants. Give me the cash. Funny. All right, so I've created some tokens. We've learned a little bit about Magnus. That's actually pretty cool. You've super green. Super green, man. Super green. The parody. We'll stick him off to the side for a moment. Maybe he's a personality that like announces. Yeah. Yes.
An announcer.
I forgot about some of the. He's gonna be like
Magnus.
he's gonna be an announcer, and I forgot about one of the things that I wanted to do.
Have you seen the game Brutal something? Oh, damn it. Give me a second. It's on Wii. Mad World. The Mad World announcer. It's a really stylistic game that's super violent on the Wii. They had a games announcer in there who was like, "Yo, pimp ass, master of the game, pimp ass, master of ceremonies." You know.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's good. So it's here.
So yeah, there should be some personalities in the ring. If this is the center of an empire with millions of people, there should be some celebrity. And I wrote down some celebrities. Oh, I think I did this when we were doing the 5e stuff. Let me see if I can drag that out. Because we aren't going to play 5e, because we are not fan of.
For me, Magnus is Magnus von Magnusson, who's a legendary strongman.
Strongman, yeah.
Yeah, he's like 5-time winner.
Oh yeah, I know
6'8".
Magnus. Yeah. The really blonde-haired guy.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Yeah.
Magnus von Magnusson. My name was so good I made it 2 times.
Okay, I need a Baron Harkonnen looking dude.
Like this, the techie Baron von Harkonnen, or like the like.
Oh God, there's an awesome DeviantArt picture.
Well, just deep in the bowels of DeviantArt right now.
By an hour, D66.
He looked up disgusting floating fat guy or something. His search history must be purged.
my retinas must be poked out. Oh, there's some awesome DeviantArts like Deimos Ramus. DeviantArt.
Cheech from Dusk Till Dawn is Dune is excellent, although it's one of those movies where I bought like the super ultra extended edition as the first version I showed Jessica, and that was a mistake.
That's just too much.
Well, it's too much. It was like 5 hours long. It was ridiculous. And it's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I read books and stuff. I don't know.
I also need a single name. It's going to be a Roman name. It's got to stand on its own. And the guy is the ultimate gladiatorial fan. His nickname is he's the fan of man, like as in anyone in the empire kind of thing.
Claudius Verinius.
You know what? I'm watching Claudius right now.
I did not actually know that's a thing.
Legius Fanboyus.
Legius Fanboyus.
Asses kisses.
I actually like a Legius.
Prostatillus?
Legius Cassius?
Was Legius actually a Roman name?
Legius? I don't know.
No,
it has an ES at the end. It must be Roman. I know Romulus is an actual Roman name. And that's awesome.
Caesar's a pretty famous one.
Kaiser.
Legius. Yeah, we'll go with Legius. Oh, this is such a creepy picture. It is so good. He loves the sport so much. So much. Legius, the fan of man. Yes.
I am so damn smart.
This is your alchemist wizard, Mark?
Yes.
There's Legius. There's the fan of man. He loves the gladiatorial combat.
He has a plus 16 in knowledge arcana.
And then Pitch, he will be a celebrity in his own right as he's an announcer. Basically, he wanders around the arena announcing some of the fights. He knows where all the good parties are at. I just created I've got so many icons on my desktop. Where is the folder? Dread Circus. All right, we've got Captain Sol Zaraster, Ahmed. This is the leader of the Hilt, the up-and-coming big gladiatorial stable that you crossed. You basically didn't want to be a pirate, and he wanted to send you back onto the pirating ways, and you said no. And
you don't understand what I'm saying. Not interested. Get out of my way. They stomp out.
All right, and then
come here, Attila. It's a sword's name. Attila and Freya. Sword and knife. Say no.
We also came up with another NGC ID.
Captain Barbados.
And then we'll steal a name from, I don't know, like pirate culture. What is the Black Bess? For some reason, that's in my mind.
The Black Bess?
Bess.
Probably a ship.
Bess. Not Best Buy. Quit auto-correcting.
Stupid autocorrect. I am typing the word I want.
Right.
You don't know what I want.
Bess is the feminine counterpart of Bestet.
My dog both pooped and ate, which means it can't
Which
be
order?
that sick. The order with which they were mentioned.
Oh. Did it just recycle?
No, it did not just recycle. The only time that dog ever thinks about recycling means that it needs to go for a deworming, which hasn't been for a couple of years now. Hasn't been required.
Should check your
and
dog
then
earlier,
we've got Captain Zol Zoroaster is the head of the hilt, and then we've got
Did I already do ride?
we need a
That's survival. Man, barbarians and fighters do not get a lot of skills.
No, well, 4's not terrible.
It's like I can max them all out. 3. 2. 3.
We need a good sorceress. Not someone too scary though. Like a tiefling sorceress? Would that be too ooky?
It's fine.
The #1 fan from Oblivion. Oh, it's been a while. Oh, it's been a long while. The adoring fan. Oh my god. It has been a while to the point where when I look at Oblivion graphics, I'm like, oh god. Why does it look like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Why are your eyes so close together? And why do you have a yellow turd as a hairdo?
All right, we've got Diva Vess, who is a... If this was a war, she'd be a war correspondent. She is sent down to talk to the gladiators before their fights.
Oh.
What's her name again?
Diva Vess.
Diva, come here. I have to show you this new one. His name is Ugg. Look at him. Look at him. He's beautiful. His arms almost big as mine. Ah.
Risk with an 8 or some nonsense. He's beautiful.
You only see skill, vicious fierceness, and
Hevlaska? Hevlaska.
Hevlaska! No, that's too long. That doesn't work for me.
Is that just a
run
name
by
you made
Arnie
up, or
first.
is that... What is that from?
Alaska the Bet Sorceress.
From D.
Bookie.
Grey
It sounds like Bookie.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. She's pretty scary looking, though. Like, super scary. You scare me, lady. I do not want to be near your magic. Okay, we've cobbled together some NPCs. We've learned a little bit about Magnus and why he is trying to be the best gladiatorial trainer ever. He also wants to go into the arena, but he has, I guess... You know that if you go into the arena, that the hilt will immediately put their best warrior against you, even though it'll be punching under their weight class, to punish you.
Yep. Yep.
And maybe that's the reason why, like, deep down, you know you're a 3rd level fighter.
Gotta get stronger.
You need to get stronger, and you need the political might of another, of at least one gladiatorial house that sees value in you. Mark, let's talk about Phineas Garrett.
Okay.
What's up with Phineas Garrett? Human?
Phineas Garrett is human, yes.
Okay.
He grew up on this planner meeting place that is the
Trickster,
arena.
thanks for the cheer.
And he's, as you can see, got a unique look to him.
Yeah.
He must have required a sedative with his 10 con and that much tattoo on your skull.
Something you should know, Mark, that while items are good, there are a lot of matches that put limitations on items. Okay. So the best type of magic to craft for gladiators are tattoo magic.
Oh. Yeah. Look at that guy.
So basically, we'll be playing with the tattoo magic rules. I think we increased the cost by something like 1.5, like for the magic item.
But that's a craft skill?
That would be a craft skill. It would be craft tattooing.
Well, I will replace craft cobbler with tattoo then.
Okay. Now, you can still make good items, and in fact, it's hard to build a tattoo that is a weapon. I'm sure you can come up with some fantastical way to go like, oh, I pull the sword out of my arm and attack with it. But yes, the way that the true houses make sure that their gladiators win is that they walk in with whatever they have agreed to having in the match, but then their warriors also are tattooed. And that's one of the markings of a true gladiator is you carry your rank on your skin. You carry your victories on your skin. Eventually you end up looking like this guy.
What if we made an adjustment to
There's Zad the Disloyal. Eventually you look like that dude.
Okay. What if, and I'm just throwing this out.
I don't know if that's a black guy with white tattoos or a white guy with black tattoos.
What if
it's a dude with tattoos?
Infusions, every day he creates tattoos.
Oh, that's interesting.
But it takes him more than a minute to do tattoos, which would be the trade-off. Like, takes, I don't know, pick an arbitrary amount of time to do a tattoo.
Probably 10.
So like India ink type stuff, where it like comes off.
Henna.
Yeah, like once you use the infusion or whatever,
the tattoo,
the extract, the tattoo disappears.
So it sounds like you're okay. So there's actually a way of doing this. So there's a discovery that allows the alchemist to touch and inject a potion.
There's an injection one. But...
You might use that and basically have a delayed effect by basically. I mean, it'd be a DM call. But like it doesn't take 30 seconds now. It takes like 10 minutes, and you can put it on people, and they can activate it when they need it.
What is it called? It's called touch injection or something.
It's a discovery. No, it's a discovery. What you do is you drink a potion, and you can touch somebody, and they can drink it. They can give it. I'll find it. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a third level thing. But it's definitely something we can think of because there are feats that allow you to do magical tattoos, and I would just have to read them to see how.
I think it's touch injection. Touch injection. You must hold an elixir, infuse it,
yes,
poison, or whatever.
I like the
and
concept.
You cast a spell.
I like the concept.
Or even make it a discovery. You can.
Yeah, I'm thinking of making a discovery, or it's like something that builds off of its own separate craft feat.
It's
effectively you're doing. Sorry.
It's right here.
The injection.
It's called touch injection.
Give me the link.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's right here in front of me. Can I look? No.
Yeah, we'll just
take my word somewhere. Okay.
I didn't hear
And I'm going to get back to your frozen note. So. Depends how important the town is the amount of time that I'll spend there. I will definitely come up with NPC names if they're going to spend any points of time there. I then would, if there's a plot point there, you'd try to disguise the plot point unless you're being really obvious about the plot point. If they plan on doing commerce in that town, I will go through the exercise of creating the marketplace. If it's something like Runeshod from the last campaign where I knew they were going to spend a significant amount of time there, like I spent more time building it. If you over-prepare, then you just have to acknowledge that, some of your stuff is going to waste. It could come back, you could kind of arc them back to the town if it's important. Sometimes I'll do prep for town work after they've gone to the town and they really like those NPCs. I'm like, aha, they're establishing ties. So you go back and then you start to fill it in. This could also happen where they invest in an NPC that isn't actually in the town yet, and by the time you get to the town, you get a sense of whether or not they're going to do there. You can also lay plot traps or like character building traps in the town. Like, oh, they've got a priest, and you know the priest wants to further his religion. Oh, there's a rundown temple that you can fix up. There are ways to kind of like
Blue Alley.
There are ways of doing that. There are ways of doing that. Let's say you're just placing a town for it to be there and have no idea the players would go there. Then have a very basic description. The Pathfinder rules for settlements are pretty easy to fill in. You don't have to do a lot of work. Come up with 2 names. Like two or three names or roles of why they would actually go there or what they would do. So if you know they're low on potions, create some sort of alchemist, or create a plot to go save their herbalist or something. Have just some hook. You don't even have to have something that's interesting about that town. What would be the 3 things or one thing that they'll remember if they go to that place? What's remarkable about the building? Does it have a cool NPC? Does it have a cool landmark? Does it have a cool history? Like rule of cool. How do you make it cool? If you want them to spend absolutely no time there, from a dramatical sense, then why is there a town? If there's no purpose, right?
It's where the realism versus storytelling.
You
can go hyper down one path or hyper down the other path, but
published supplements, it's kind of like, well, there are dots, but at least there's a write-up about that each of the dots. If they go there, you can kind of glean from the write-up. But when I'm going through like somebody else's write-up, I'm picking out the things I want to use, or picking out the things I want to stress, or picking out the things that I need to really explain. Oh, fuck, there's a tower that's 10 times higher than any other building. Why? And if the book doesn't say why, then you should probably spend 3 minutes figuring out why. Was it an old ruin? Was it some insane guy who was trying to reach the gods through his tower? Did it grow there mysteriously? Like, you could take some random fact about something that's written up, and it could be even your own stuff written up. Later on, it's like, oh, I drew this big brickworks. Why is there a brickworks here? Because they need bricks. Okay, why do they have a brickworks? Oh, they supply bricks to all the fort builders throughout this entire region. Oh, this place is important. Okay, the guy who's in charge of the brickworks knows he's important and acts important. And you just kind of go down this snowball of consequence and like relationship, and eventually you've got something that you can then use. And if they don't go to that village ever again, and you've over prepared, take those things you came up with for that village, rip them out, plop them into the next village that is, to Drakester's point, that is on the railroad ahead of them, and reuse it. Yeah.
Choo-choo.
The over-prepared one has brickworks. You could do something with the brickworks. The bricks are starting to fail. Oh no. Why is the clay shitty all of a sudden?
I know, Leah, the clay is shitty.
It's those damn mud elementals. Well, who's summoning the mud elementals? Why? Oh,
why do you keep turning mud elemental babies into bricks, you bastards? Save the mud elementals!
It's the evil wizard who wants to make the better brick town. Wants to make the better brick house.
Barbarians are pretty awesome.
House.
It's a brick house. I was thinking Brickleberry for some reason. You know, that crappy cartoon that.
She's mighty.
Awesome.
No, it's Rickleberry, not Brickleberry. Anyways.
If anybody just wants to know what soundtracks are going on in my head, it's actually the Rob Zombie version from like 2003.
Fuck the mud elementals. Right. See, you've got a reaction out of the crowd. All right. So what were we doing? We were talking about Phineas. Correct. And then Ahmed sent me a link, and then I got distracted.
It's the touch injection discovery.
Touch injection.
So basically, it talks about taking a where did it go? Is it a potion? An elixir, an infused extract. So any potion or extract or whatever, and basically does whatever with it. And
yeah, this is kind of like delivering it, though.
This is delivering it. So the way I'm seeing it is he's delivering it in the ink, but because he's like taking it should take him 30 seconds to make one of these, but it's going to take him say 10 minutes per circle or whatever. I don't know, however you want to make it. Like he's losing something for an awesome work, so you might want to give him something cool like.
Yeah, Mark. So it'll probably be a discovery, and it'll likely be a discovery that's based off of this spell. And I'll share it in chat.
Mark, your response is to yourself because you are not.
Sorry. I was going to say that maybe it's a discovery that requires infusion as a prereq.
I'm thinking infusion. Yes, and then the other way of doing this is we hack up a variant of scribe scroll.
Okay.
And effectively, you're scribing scrolls onto someone's skin.
Okay.
That's expensive.
All right.
Scroll scribing isn't that expensive, but
the scroll scribing is pretty cheap, and you understand what this is for, right? This is for cheating like a motherfucker in the arena, right?
Yeah. So there will be a cost to these things. But yeah, I'll work on that. I'll make a note that I need to do.
That's awesome. Tell us what you can cast when you're ready, and I don't know how long these last, but if they last forever, I think a whole bunch of us are going to have tattoos.
So is that going to be a feat or a discovery?
They're equivalent, aren't
discovery.
They? Can't you just take an extra discovery with a feat?
It doesn't matter.
He's very worried about his beard.
Well, it's going to affect. Like if I take 2 discoveries and then you say it's a like. I've got to pick my discovery. Like, can I get it at 3rd level, or is it going to be something that you got to wait till 5th?
Yeah. So this thing won't do all of your levels of spells because like the limit that you have on the limit that Pathfinder places on potions is what, up to 3rd level?
3rd. Yeah, but you can take feats to make it higher, right? I think it's mythic though. Can't remember. And I didn't take it.
I want to use this for extracts though.
Yeah. Which is in there.
I get it. What I'm saying is that there is a way for you to use it for extract. Oh, I see what you mean.
Not straight scrolls.
There's no level limit on extracts.
You just give someone your extract; they can carry it around anyways. You want the secret extract that they touch their thing and do the thing.
He's down. He's scratching himself. Oh, and then. He feels better.
Yeah, so it'll be a discovery. Let's put it as requirement is infusion and 5th level alchemist. Let's also put a limit on it that it cannot be in the same slot that a magical tattoo takes up.
Okay.
And then we may even go as far, and this will be my homework, is certain slots, because of their size, can hold up to certain levels worth of spells.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So you could have a 1st level like ring slot.
The other way of doing this, and I'm looking at the sorcerer now, or the cleric, or whoever, is you create some sort of
your animal companion
tattoo on someone's body.
We don't have a healer.
I noticed that.
You've got the cleric.
Maybe you'll have to shop for one.
Yep.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about tattoo artist Phineas.
Yeah, he's grew up in a very academic family. A very wealthy merchant family. He was gifted in magic and was sent to the appropriate Imperial Wizard Guild to learn, where he learned alchemy and wizardry and excelled at both. He got into... Where are the questions? Where are they listed?
Master Rough List right at the top.
Rough List.
Oh, Rough List. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my character sheet. Rough List. Let's just answer the questions. Here we go.
You will be answering the questions.
Why
now.
do you love gladiatorial contests? He likes them only because he likes to see his gear tested.
Yeah, that's what I say. Test your gear.
That's awesome.
Why do you hate gladiatorial contests? The smell and the plebes. The plebes are everywhere.
You're writing these down, right?
And they touch you.
All right, so Phineas doesn't like to be touched.
There's not. Yes. Oh no. Yeah.
He chose a funny profession, tattooist. If he's
he likes to do the touching, not to be the touchy.
Not to be the touchy.
He's got gloves, and they are burned afterwards. Do you love the Imperium? Absolutely. He's a die-hard loyal imperialist.
Okay, he's got the right alignment for it.
Yeah. Do you hate the Imperium? No, the Imperium is perfect. Are you a religious sort, i.e. five-faced god? He is a worshipper of the five-faced god, but is not dogmatic about it. What is your secret? He has a drug addiction, but makes his own drugs. When he's not making potions, he's Breaking Bad.
And scoring and getting high off his own score.
Yep. What are your goals? His goals are to become...
Wait, why? Why does he have a drug addiction? What pain is he trying to kill?
He's socially awkward.
Yep.
He realizes it. The drugs make him feel less insecure about it.
Okay.
When he's on drugs, he tends to be more of a dick than, say, when he's not on them, and he's a bit more stuttering and jumbled in speech.
Oh, he's like one of those guys who don't function properly without him. He's better on him.
What are his goals?
His goals are become an arch wizard and get out of this. He sees this gladiatorial thing as it's a stepping stone to prove what he can do. And the sooner he gets out of it, the better.
What's his wisdom?
It's 16. I might lower it to 14 just to give him a bit more con. I've been thinking about it.
He knows that he had to choose this dirtier route to prove himself as a wizard because true imperial blooded or sovereign blooded wouldn't have to do this. They'd already have their path kind of paved for them.
Their path laid out for them. Yeah.
How did you become a stable master?
He's very intelligent. He's capable of crafting numerous things. Apparently tattoos will be one of them. And as someone who, if an owner was looking for someone who can create armor, weapons, clothing, jewelry, whatever a gladiator may need, he's capable of doing it.
Okay, I'm going to push that a little bit further. School is expensive. Yeah, okay. You came from a family that was able to afford to get you in and afford the loans. They were not able to afford to pay your entire way.
What about this? They could afford the loans. They could afford the books. They couldn't afford to keep me in drugs.
Oh, and you racked up debt while at school that you can't tell your family because Oh, there were expensive components that were required.
He's addicted to Adderall.
There were expensive components. We didn't factor this in. Oh, I'm sorry, family. And basically, the debts fell upon you and your family, and it's this shame that you carry like a stone.
Yes.
All right, so you've got a family then.
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
We'll say that you're estranged with your... Well, you're not estranged, but you don't see eye to eye with your father because he's had to, like, foot the bill, and it's put strain on his mercantile business. Okay. And there's this kind of, like, assumption that you would have come back to the mercantile business to apply your magecraft to help your family make money.
And
but that's not the path to become a archmage. That's the path to becoming a middle level
management,
wizard mage. Teleporting goods around the Imperium is not what you want to do with your life.
No. Okay. Yeah.
And that would be the height of the paperwork, the learning of horrible like storerooms and the teleportation magnets and just like that's just sounds really dull.
Yes. Okay.
Loves and fears.
He loves his drugs. He loves learning and books. He's got a tremendous amount of curiosity.
Do you really love your addiction?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Speaking as someone who quit smoking, and if my wife died tomorrow, I would be brokenhearted and would have a pack of cigarettes before she was cold.
So under threat of violence, you quit smoking is what I heard.
Understood, Mark. I totally have a new perspective on this.
There's many days I'll walk outside and the air is just so crisp. I'm like, God, I could go for a cigarette right now.
See, as somebody who had never a smoker, as somebody who's had like the mass majority of his family die of cancer because they were all like chain smokers, I have a very different perspective on smoking.
Yes, I can imagine you do.
Rivals, friends, debts, weird collections, substance preference. Okay, we got that one covered. And
wait. Fears.
Fears. Sorry.
Oh yeah, he is a coward. He does not like physical violence. He is afraid of getting hurt. Deathly afraid of getting killed. He is afraid of the gladiators.
Oh, that's special. That is so
special. He is not an adventurer.
Nice. Rivals, friends, debts. We covered debts. Substance quirks, substance preferences. We covered that one.
Yeah.
So any other weird things?
Yes. Well, he wears makeup as well, as you can kind of see, and
okay, not unheard of in the Imperium, especially amongst noble circles and wizards.
He does not like to be touched.
Yep.
And it is kind of a sissy.
All right. Adam, we've got Ashoka Maria.
Ashoka Maria.
Who is the third of this really hodgepodge group of stable masters. What's his dealio?
Going to go through the questions, I guess.
Okay, well, first his build. Right. He's a sorcerer infernal bloodline.
Yeah, I was going through them quick. That one seems to be most appropriate.
I like it. He's a Nagaji.
He's a Nagaji. Sneak man.
And he's a rogue 3. Sorcerer 3. Cool.
Yep. Sneaky bastard. Titled devious and egocentric.
Where did the Nagaji come from on Tarak? Was there a small enclave of them that got subjugated, or was your jungle just paved for farmland and your people had to move somewhere?
Well, the question would be: is he from Varak, or is it from another one of the worlds? Where is he displaced, or is he?
He's an import from one of the other worlds.
Yeah.
Yes. Both are valid.
Okay. Import from another world. He is...
Was his family imported? Or just him?
The answer to the contacts and family ties is don't know, don't care. So the answer is, could be, he doesn't care.
Okay. Then why is he here if he's an import?
He is here. Well, we'll go through the questions.
Okay.
Because
sorry,
I think this kind of flows. So, why do you love the gladiatorial contests? Provides a chance to distinguish oneself and gain status. Why do you hate the gladiatorial contests? I'm not in the ring. Why would I hate them? Do you love the Imperium? It's a social structure in which I exist. Why would I love it? I appreciate the predictability and ease with which it can be manipulated.
Nice.
Do you hate the Imperium? No. It has room for improvement, though. Are you a religious sort, i.e. five-faced god? Religion is a tool for developing and manipulating control. What is your secret? I want those higher in station to fall. What are your goals? To grow in influence and control. How did you become a stable master? It's one of the few paths for a non-human to gain influence.
Ah, you're...
Marty, you drinking Perrier?
I've got to ham it up for the for the aristocrats.
Oh.
Man, I like bubbles. I like bubbles. I don't need sugar and more chemicals, so I'm having a little bit of bubbly carbonated.
Too good for the PT brand like the rest of us.
Calcium water.
Loves and fears. Contacts and family ties. Don't know, don't care. Loves and fears. Loves control, fears exposure. Exposure being on many levels. You could go straight up to like large crowds, but it's more being the center of attention in a large crowd. Rival, friend, debt, weird collection, substance preferences, quirks. It's pretty quirky to start with, so yeah. Yeah, this guy's going to be a heavy enchanter. There's going to be lots of charming going on. Charming all the things.
Arguably the evilest.
If we go down to
schools.
the alignment, enchantment in Adam's mind is the evilest of spell schools. And this character has an alignment that is effectively what was described previously.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the answers to most of those questions kind of spell out what the dude's alignment is. And Drakester somehow summed it up in 3 words.
So in terms of
we've got Magnus the Barbarian, Phineas the dilettante crafter, and Ashoka the puppet master.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. All right, then we've got Theodore Esteban Valencia III Esquire.
Is it conceivable or is it inconceivable? That with which we move forward.
I need one more master who isn't the scary dude. So I need one more guy. It doesn't matter how important his token is.
I would say he would be a healer if possible.
Healy McJobberson?
No, this guy needs to be an aristocrat. We could create a healer.
There's an excellent aristocrat in the rough list. Actually, Doogie Howser down there isn't terrible.
You're welcome. Hello.
Oh, this is the celebrities done up as generals.
Yeah.
This is a really good one.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
What would this dude's name be? What would the first dude's name be? We're gonna use him because it's kind of funny, and it's okay.
All right, give me a second. I will find a name that will be solid.
It's a good enough name for it to be a Dookie Howser, man, the memories.
I actually prefer to remember him as the guy from Starship Troopers, but it doesn't work that way. Memory doesn't work that way.
A pompous, noble name. Pompous British name generator. Well then.
Well, that should be good.
Adrianus.
Adrian Tangerian.
Tangerian?
Bryce Tangerian.
Antonius. Worthy of admiration or praise, Antonius. Or just Antony.
Some of these are pretty hilarious. Earl Ian Frederick Knickerknacker, the sausage fingered. It's like, what?
Drew Barrymore.
Baron Bertram Carston, Turkey Cock Sr.
Excuse me? Turkey what now?
You go to the pompous name generator. It's actually pretty good. We're going to use some of this.
Suffix. Give me 10. It even has little pictures for them. Sir Ian Royston Cluckerbuck the Snobbish.
Cluckerbuck.
Cluckerbuck.
All right, his name will be...
They have a dude with an afro called Sir Ian Harry Fanny Fartle the Inebriated.
Fanny Fartle.
Fanny Fartle. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I recognize some of the faces that they're using. Like from, Channel 4. That one guy presents on Channel 4. I can't remember his name. Although he's very... Sir Jeremiah Royston Cockenbottom III.
How many names would you like? 100 of them. Give me 100 of them.
Cockenbottom.
It's like serious title, serious first name, serious second name, a funny last name, the something.
the silly thing.
I see the
pattern
here.
Yeah, and some of these are actually quite Master James Ridgewell Smelly Grumpy.
Yeah, some of them are a little risque. Ooh.
They're a little bit. That's a little much. Whereas other ones are like His Honor Frederick Jonathan Hertfordshire the Slackjawed. I mean, Hertfordshire is not, unless there's something. There's an in joke in there somewhere.
His Honor Danford Ichabod Waddle the Mouth Breather.
Basil Frederick Ramsbottom the Seventh. The word bottom is just funny, especially when you say it with a British accent. It's with bottom. Dick Cheney, Jason Voorhees.
All right, I think I've got it. So Prentice Pennywise.
Is he a clown?
Sort of.
Perfect.
But he is your boss.
God damn it.
Bad news, man.
All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute buy break. We will get back to these guys. We'll do a couple of scenes with them and their masters and their bosses. And we will introduce some of the craziness that goes on in the Triple Colosseum in Vinvasa. So I'll be right back. Yay!
Here I thought you guys would go full on like evil bastards. But in my own bubble, I'm the only one who went, of course he's going to be an evil bastard.
Why do you need to be evil? We can all just be friends in our happy little gladiator school. Until they all die.
Until they all die.
and we get new friends.
Pretty much.
What do I get from
Yes, go fight and die for the enjoyment of others.
It's fun.
Look at all the smiling people. Put on a good show now. Pennywise the Clown is your boss. Yeah. Now, the question, is it like 2017 Pennywise, or is it like 92 Pennywise?
Yeah.
Because 92 Pennywise was scarier. But that might have been because that was a little baby Babu.
I don't think it held up over time as well as...
Actually, do you know the book scared the ever-loving crap out of me because I read it when I was way too young.
That's unfortunate.
There is I remember quite vividly, there's a chunk of the book that's about
Speaking of sugar I should not be having.
an erection.
Yes.
And it's this vivid description, and I was too young. I was like 9 years old, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, what the hell's going on, and why is this, and oh my, and what, and then the murders and the fat dudes. It is like, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You're
for
ready
me-
to play some of the Masters? Let's see if I can cobble together a scenario. After a Swedish fish. Okay. Have to get their voices down, Pat. Oh, this is hard.
We're doing it live. I don't get to talk to myself in character voice back and forth on the way to work for a week
Right.
before bringing it out. The milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
All right, so just arriving in the Imperial City, or at least arriving to the stable itself. This is actually something really important that we haven't talked about yet. What is the name of your stable?
Ooh.
Is there a random gladiatorial stable? Random sports team generator!
So for flavor, I can relist and to buy you guys a few seconds.
Yes.
The great stables are the Brotherhood of the Unbroken Bond, House Sildra, the Hilt, the Ebon Shroud, and the United Clans. No, they're not going to be called the Asshats, and no, they aren't going to be called Fuck the Five-Faced God. No.
Get him with 5 dongs.
There's got to be, like, evil mercenary company generator.
How about, Order of the Crimson Sand.
Well, I don't know if we're in order.
Yeah, we could
Club.
Crimson Sands?
Club.
The Crimson Sand.
Ooh, I like the Conclave of the Crimson Sand.
There we go.
Got a little
Who's got the
Drakester with the alliteration.
Conclave? Yes.
Conclave.
And then I can go and kill you for your power armor. Because Fallout's awesome.
Oh, is there?
The rears of Akros. The Reapers are also good too. Conclave of the Red Sand.
Okay. You guys said you wanted a healer?
Somebody who like it could be like a sketchy, like I've got needles and string kind of healer, or it could be a guy who actually heals things.
I've got cure extracts.
Oh, see, you've got magical healing.
You could put healing.
I really like the idea of a sketchy healer. like a wannabe
The
necromancer.
doctor from Minority Report.
We'll just say for now you've got a righteous healer, and his name will be Albus.